Welcome to the Formal Gamer Podcast. Join Yenwood, Ludvig and Igor on their epic and confusing adventure. There'll be action, adventure, tears, and probably a lot of stupid jokes. Episode 2, A Reading Adventure. This episode sees our heroes take their first steps into the Rubicon Château. Enjoy!
Right, so here you are.
Where are we?
You are in the very, you're in a dark room. You've just come through a secret door that you opened with a key that you found in the tomb of the old Lord of Arn.
A good door, a regular door. Who did detect magic? Can you detect magic?
Well, I can put on my spectacles.
Was the other thing language written on it?
Yeah.
It's a pitch black room except for a little.
Does the light not glow? When I put on
Right, because I think I've got low light vision. Yeah, I've got low light vision. Can I
so
you can just see it looks like a normal door.
There's no writing on it. I rub my fingers over the door.
And you're going all the way over to it.
Oh. I thought it was very close.
You've just literally opened your door.
And how big is this room?
About 20 metres.
Oh, no. Right. I'll do a low light perception, look around the room for traps, goblins, trap goblins.
Did you see any?
I don't know.
Did
Got to ask you.
Well, you're going to find it difficult to look for traps and stuff because it's a pitch black room.
But he's
you-
got low
you-
light
vision.
Yeah, I know, but it's. But you
My
look,
passive perception is 11.
you look around the room anyway, and it looks like there's some damaged boxes, stuff it looks like a storeroom that's just been torn apart.
Hang on, I have on me, I believe I've got a torch on me.
Yeah, you probably wrote a torch on me.
Yeah.
Figure that out.
So, have I got some way to light my torch?
Yeah, I think part of your adventurous kit you have a tin box.
So, if I don't light, I light, shall I light my torch? I light my torch.
Okay. It's a small enough room for it to completely sort of, you can see everywhere. Again, you're looking around smashed up boxes. It's clearly a storeroom of just normal bric-a-brac that's been put in there.
I take the
Something's been looking. Someone has been clearly looking for something in it though.
Ooh.
Wonder if they want the brick or the brack. Which is
I think probably a combination of the
do
two.
they want both?
The brick and the
Right.
brack.
So, do you have the magic detect of the room? Because you detected magic in the tomb. Do you want to detect the magic in here? Because this guy's had loads of
I
magic
don't know
on
if you have detectors. Do you have to?
Well, how did we know that we knew that
You have to detect secret doors.
but we knew that the tomb had magic in it when we got to
But I know. But what I do is I do an arcane check.
Yeah.
I just get a feeling like ooh. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna see if I feel any magic around here. I'm gonna detect magic.
Don't count. No. 17! Oh, you took so much magic!
It worked so well.
He's so perceptive of magic.
So this isn't the detect magic. This is just to see if you can get
Yeah.
any feel that there's something maybe. This would only detect something majorly powerful, and you literally just think it's a storeroom. There's nothing that you're getting from this.
That means there's something in here.
Yeah, he's so like
I can see some smash boxes.
He's so smart.
I'm setting. This is me as the DM setting this up because it's not a detect magic spell.
I then do. Oh, actually, as
Are you going to detect magic without detecting magic?
no, I don't have very good skills at that. Honestly, sorry, I'll do a detecting. I like to come.
You're not allowed to detect magic. You don't have that
I
skill.
go up to the door specifically.
Yeah.
The second door in the room. I cross the room carefully,
Yeah.
checking for traps and stuff. And I get to the door and I detect to see if the door, this final door to heaven, has any. In fact, I'm going to do a perception check to check whether it's locked first of all.
Yep.
I don't want anyone bursting in here. 17.
Oh, always 17.
So you
That's
look at the
good.
lock. The lock's been smashed. The door is clearly just shut as if the door had closed itself. It's been smashed and kicked in, and someone's clearly ransacked the room.
Is there anything I can wedge to shut the door from the inside at the moment? Any bits of wood on the floor I
Yeah,
can wedge underneath it?
Loads of stuff.
So I wedge the door closed just so we're not interrupted while we plan what we're doing next.
I take the wedge away and then walk through the door proudly. Because I'm not a pussy. I feel like there's. So we root around the room. Is there anything in here?
So we've wedged the door shut now. The door is wedged, is it?
It's
Yeah.
like,
There's just bits of like broken lanterns, all that sort of stuff that you like. It's just it's literally a storeroom. And
I love it how much you try and hint to us. No, you can move on. It's fine. And how determined we are.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a secret collectible.
Yeah. I just want the achievement point.
Yeah. I can't move on till I finish this area.
Yeah.
oh, you're looking around. There'd be stuff like candles, things like that. If you wanted something like that, more rope, things.
Yeah.
There's stuff like that that you'd find in the.
Well, I put a couple of candles in my adventures pack because that might be useful if it
You're
comes
such a
up.
hoarder.
I'm such a hoarder.
Not like I've got a giant torch or anything.
Yeah. No, but candle might be fun.
Well, you know, if there's any low price.
I snuff out I light one of the candles and I put out the torch. The torch is not
Okay, so
really light.
it's a less obvious flame. You get less light from it, but again, it's a less obvious flame.
So if we're going around the corridors, I can check.
But this is pointless because as soon as we go out, there's light outside.
We don't know
No,
how
this is-
light it is outside. Is there a keyhole where the lock was smashed?
There's a hole where the lock was.
Oh right, so people just look through.
Yeah.
Right, I put my face and stare out.
Yeah, he did do that.
I did like this.
You look through and you're looking through.
I
and
get
you
poked in the eyes. It'll be so annoying. The goblin fingers just poke me. You should do it so you get your eyes poked out.
Oh yeah, I'd be happy. I don't really associate with glory holes, to be honest.
I'll leave it more up to you. A big gnarly goblin cock just poked in the face.
I fight the goblin cock.
Resistance to penis. Right, I overlook the
It's a vulnerability to penis.
yeah.
Resistance to penis is quite low.
Yeah. My personal resistance to penis is very low. Anyway, I have a look through the glory
Okay,
hole in the
so
door.
Miss Tyson Cannon looks through the broken lock, looks out into the room. Again, you've got another room. This one actually has a couple of little braziers on the corners. One of them is pretty much almost gone out, and the other one is nearly there as well. So the light coming into that room is pretty low.
What does the room look? Is that just an empty room? Is that a storeroom again?
Looking at the angle you're looking at, you can see. So it's a square room. It's not square as in a prefabricated actual box room, but it's actually like a chiseled sort of, because you're in what appears to be a sort of quite makeshift basement type thing that's been hewn into the rock.
Hewn.
So it isn't huge. It's
That would be bad.
So you got, from the angle you're looking at, you've got two doors, one on the right side of the room and one straight ahead of you. Both of those are closed and they don't appear to have been smashed.
Right, so someone was interested about getting in here. They probably knew that there was some sort of...
Maybe this is where they found that map.
Yeah, and the secret sort of door. Can we somehow shut the secret door behind us? So they
Yeah,
don't...
you could. Yeah.
So let's shut the secret door, because then we only know about it.
Yeah. It's a secret again.
Secret. Ludvig shouts, "All things must be secret!" No one understands. I'm going to check to make sure there's no one in that room.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to open the door. I'm going to get something from the bric-a-brac and just throw it, like something small, throw it through the hole so it just makes a chinking noise. So a little bit of glass or something like that.
Racist.
A little bit of chinking noise. It goes, "Oh yeah!" It lands.
Are they gonna fuck off? Because I don't fight
When
karate
you
guys.
say you're going to throw it, what are you going to put your hand through and
Just
throw it?
just quickly ping it like.
Oh, it worries me when he says stuff like that. He says some way the other side of the chop off
No,
the
my hand
hand.
is not coming through. It's just a
Alright,
tiny.
if you're not putting your hand through, then roll for it.
What the accuracy? The accuracy is. My hand is up to it. Alright.
This has to be with all this check.
Throw it into the floor. Sorry,
You're leaning down. If you're going to throw it, might rebound and hit you in the face.
I'm not loving it.
It's alright. Awesome damage.
11.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah!
So
That's how we roll.
my one rolled a 20. Double damage.
Knock the door off the hinges.
So you throw a piece of glass through, it tinkles along the floor.
I think it chinks along the floor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Bell ringing.
it's not improved.
Nothing sort of stirs.
That definitely means it's a trap.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think we should. Let's just summon an onyx dog to go.
No, we don't summon an onyx dog.
I know, we're being silly. I walk through the door. I'm fine with this. I walk through. I know what you've done yet, and I walk through the door.
Pushing. It's like a cannon out of the way.
Opens the door into my face. I thought that I wedged it. I think I wedged it closed. And you open it the other direction. How did I wedge it closed? You could just pull it open.
To anyone else, the sort of opening the door in the face might have been a bit rude, but Miss Titan kind of just oblivious.
She does not react at all.
Completely oblivious, and Mr. Shortcloak just walks out into the room.
I stand by my decision.
Okay, you can now see that when you're in there, there's actually 3 doors. So there's one to your left, one straight ahead, and one to the right. The one to the left, again, the lock appears to have been a bit damaged.
Right.
The one straight ahead and the one to the right don't appear to have been locked in the first place, so they appear to have just been opened normally.
Right, well, let's have a look.
However, at the moment they're all closed still.
So clearly people have been in this room, but it's been a while ago.
Yeah.
So braces down. I feel like...
And there's nothing on the floor at all. The room is just
So
empty.
this room you've got again there's boxes and stuff, some of which have been smashed. You've got a couple of tables, chairs, that sort of thing.
Don't sit on the chairs. We always fall off chairs.
That's true.
Chairs are our enemy.
Bookcase.
Oh.
And what appeared to used to have been a chest of cutlery and crockery and that kind of stuff, but most of it's been smashed now.
You should go and check out the books because you are. Oh no, I'm into history books.
Yeah, you go.
I think I'm obsessed with history.
I'm more about doing useful things.
Yeah, I go and stare at the books and look for history books, especially of the castle, but maybe anything. I'm just a history buff.
Yeah. So you're looking at that. So on there you find, as you said, history books. You've got quite a lot of culinary cooking books.
I throw them on the floor.
Anything to do with tea brewing?
Tea brewing. Let's have a look. Let's see.
12.
Yes.
Oh, well, I'll be interested in that one. I take a tea brewing book and I sit on the chair.
Oh, roll for the chair.
Yeah, these chairs are fine. So
Oh. Okay, check on the chairs.
It's a magic chair because it works.
I do an arcana check on the bookshelf to see if there's any magical books. Look at me.
Oh, well, you don't need to roll for that. You're looking through them. You can see there aren't any magical books that would teach you something. There are books about magic, but there aren't ones which...
There's no spell books.
No, there's not something that would teach you something.
Okay, I don't need to roll for that. What history books do I see?
There's ones about old battles, about the lay of the land, about Arn, and...
So any with maps in?
Yep, there are ones specifically to the area and how Arn has developed, and the picture of the village and the town and stuff.
So it sounds like this episode should be called Reading Time.
So you've got a book, it's like a historical book about, and you don't know whether the maps are up to date, but you can vaguely see where the village is, where you've come from, the rivers, the hills, and the mountain passes.
Any new information that we didn't know before, like passages we didn't know existed?
No, there's nothing. I mean, the secret passages which you've taken, which you actually got into the basement of this place through, they're not included on this map, so it doesn't look like any of that type of stuff. It seems to be a more published version of it.
I've got really good history skills. I look at the spines of the books. Do I see anything that I think would be of historical importance? Do I see anything like, oh, this would teach us about the history of this area? This would teach
Well, that's
us
exactly
about...
what the book you've got.
And do I flick through? Is there anything important in it apart from like
Nothing strikes you at the moment, but you don't know. In the future, maybe something might come from something
I
like
put the book in my pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like there's...
I mean, you've actually got a proper map now of the area with roads and all that sort of stuff.
What's the chateau name on the map?
The Rubicon.
Is it just called the Rubicon Château? There's nothing else. I'm just thinking of those on that.
Is there any... What I'm interested in, there's a clear mystery here about what this Lord Arn was up to, why it went a bit strange, what the orcs and goblins are after that he did or whatever. Is there any kind of hints towards that? Like what turned him in his later life to follow the Arcania?
You've both got quite good nature skills, haven't you? I mean, you recognise that it's not unnatural for orcs and goblins to be going looking for treasure, that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Perhaps what is more unnatural from what you've experienced so far is the fact that they're taking bodies with them. That type of thing.
So there's nothing there's nothing I noticed straight away from either chapter titles or anything that would explain why they're needing bodies up here.
Nothing about Lord Arm.
No.
No. Okay, fair enough.
Secretive fellow.
So we've got 3 doors.
Yep.
2 of which are unlocked, but the locks are intact.
Well, they appear undamaged, so you're assuming.
And the other one where the lock looks damaged, but isn't as broken as the other one.
Yep.
Right. The last thing I want to get is butt fucked.
Well,
Sorry.
you were talking in character?
No, just in character. But I don't want them to come from the door from behind while we're investigating somewhere else. I'm worried about.
You go ahead and investigate, because I'm going to sit down and read my tea book.
Well,
That's what I'm
So,
going to do.
while you're reading your tea book, I'm going to go and try and use my thievery skills to try and lock the other 2 doors. To flick the catch. So rather than picking a lock, I'm going to unpick a lock. Is that how you'd say that?
Yeah, I guess
so,
do
yeah.
that. Yeah, what's your...
I guess my theory is only 2.
Do you think
Igor have a go at it? His is 3.
Yeah.
Could you... Wait a minute, could we have a little peer through the door first?
Oh yeah, let's have a look through the keyholes first to see where they all go.
The 2 undamaged doors.
The 2 undamaged. I'm worried. I'm going to leave the damaged one for last, because I just don't want us to be attacked from 3 different angles. If we get attacked, rather than come from one door. And you're fucking reading a book quietly in the corner. We have to protect you while you finish your chapter.
It's an enthralling book. It's the first edition. I'm so happy right now.
So you look through the first one to the right. You look through, and you can see a corridor again hewn out of stone, with the support, sort of wooden support trusses up and about.
Right, that's not the proper chateau yet.
Yeah, but it might be a corridor which leads to it, therefore I think it might be a good idea to lock it if that's what you're inclined to do.
Direction-wise, where would we think that's going? If well, I've done
It's
engineering.
going up.
Are there braziers on the wall, and have they got torches in?
Again, there are, but these ones, the nearest brazier that you can see is quite far up the hill, and it's slightly around the corner. Again, giving out quite a low light. There's not much coming from this. When you look through the door straight ahead, it's a more level. But again, hewn out of rock, more level sort of corridor.
Okay.
Right.
Again, braziers. In this corridor, not even barely any light coming from it.
Fine, let's go lock these doors. I've got the highest thievery, so shall I have a go at it?
Yeah, you gotta go.
What's your thievery?
18. Pretty good thievery. Oh, sorry, man. It's 6. 15. Oh, this dice tower is so good.
This dice tower's amazing.
Which door were you going for?
The first one, which goes up.
So you go up to the door. You have a little play around. You hear a couple of taps and dink, and the doors are locked.
Chink.
Cool.
And
Next
the
door.
doors are locked.
And the door is locked.
Next door. 4. Oh,
So you try to lock the door straight ahead. Oh, what was your thing?
6.
No.
6.
So again, tink, dink, and you can't quite get it to lock.
This is something I always find a bit strange. Is could I not just do it again?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Don't succeed at first. Try and. Oops. Try again.
8 plus 6, 14.
Again, you try and dink, and you don't. You reckon you only got one more in before you actually break
8.
it. 8, 6. This time you've actually broken the lock.
You're an idiot. Me and Igor both just step. Well, actually, Igor shakes his head. Ludvig stands impassively, showing no emotional reaction at all.
As you give that final tap and the lock to breaks, you kind of hit it a little bit too hard, and the lock actually manages to fall out the other side and ding on the floor.
We can still open the door though. Lock.
Yeah, you can see.
So now the door can just be pushed open.
Cool. It's kind of what I wanted.
Right.
Kind of hoping that would happen.
I drag the bookshelf along and I blockade it in front of that door.
Okay.
Is the bookshelf particularly heavy? It should...
Well, it's got a lot of books in it, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's what, like a workout?
Yeah, just to show off how strong I am. And I shout, I am strong, as I do it. I am strong, and I just pull a bookshelf in front of the way.
Okay, it makes quite a loud noise, and a couple of books and stuff falls off it, but you manage to get the bookcase in front of the door.
Good, so
I shake my head.
Why?
Because we just make loud noises. Because we're essentially defending ourselves from a non-existent attack, and by trying to defend ourselves, we draw loads of attention to ourselves.
Yeah, but attention that can't get through books.
Oh, dear. I sit down and read my book.
You didn't actually check which way the door opens, but I mean.
But even if it opens either way, they can't get through a bookshelf.
Well, I have to push it over.
Yeah, they'd have to push a bookshelf over.
But it would last.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you done that, yeah.
They're not going to attack anyway.
Well, now they might. They've done it.
Yeah, now they can.
So
Right.
what now?
I sit down and read my book.
I stand guard looking through the final keyhole.
So, my book that I'm reading, what's it about then?
It's about tea.
Can I find anything in there which will help me learn how to make my tea?
It's not a magic book. You
More
think
potent.
in the circles that you move in that this
Yeah.
book might be of value to someone if you do make it to Osthold.
Have we just
It might
we
be.
just happened to remember you can read a fucking cookbook?
Yeah! What else are we holding up?
I mean, you're looking at it. It is quite old, and in the
It doesn't have to be magical. It can be like, oh, if you have a pyramid bag, it allows the tea leaves to circulate more, therefore making more
as
powerful.
I said, it's an old book, and to you, it's not going to be able to give you any magical powers or anything like that. But in the circles that you move, and you recognise that it might be of worth to someone in your vocation.
Well, I'm still excited.
Alright, what's to the keyhole of the broken door again?
Again, corridor, moving around to the left and going slightly down.
Right.
Down.
Very, very, very slightly down.
Who the fuck
Let's
does
go.
softly then?
I reckon it's like storeroom.
Sorry?
Because I think they're smashing through doors to find stuff.
Yeah.
So let's go.
But that means they have the two doors they haven't been broken.
We're either unlocked or it's maybe because the storerooms were locked.
Yeah.
But those two other
It means they've
doors.
already been down there, and it means they'll have ransacked it for anything valuable anyway.
Yeah, but still we can go. They might give hints. Maybe there'll be a name on the door saying secret storeroom containing.
To be fair, they might come across another secret door down there. They might have got down there and gone,
There's only one way to find out.
So we go down the one with the broken lock.
You go down the one.
And dungeoneering wise, where do we think that's leading
Have you
us?
still slightly east? If
Right, you're going to have to give us.
Okay, so if as you were coming up to the
Oh, so,
chateau,
so it's coming away from the chateau now.
very slightly, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. We
What are you going down with a candle out or what?
can't. Yeah, just a
Yeah.
candle.
Okay, so who's in front? What's the march?
Well, I'm reading the book, so these guys are coming.
Me and you're staying back reading your book, are
Yeah.
you? Like me and Igor go down without him because he's reading his fucking book.
I'm staying guard. Air quotations.
Mr. Shortcloak, thank you for staying guard for us.
Don't worry. Don't take as much time as you want. Don't worry. It's safe here. I'll stay guard.
Okay.
Me and Mr. Igor, who doesn't have a surname.
Of the High Green Mountain.
Mr. Igor,
Mr. of the High Green
Mr. of
Mountain.
the High Green Mountain, are going to investigate to look for evil goblins. Smash their skulls in with hammers.
Very good. See you later.
Me and Igor go down the corridor.
Okay, so you move down and
They're checking for traps as we go.
yeah. Roll a 20.
Oh.
Roll a 20.
6.
I sometimes feel like when you say to him, I'm looking for traps, it makes him think, I'm going to put a trap here.
Yeah, so you're walking along.
I have to fight another fucking spider.
You can see that the corridor straightens out, levels out. You haven't really gone down very far at all. It's a little bit colder than where you were before. But that's probably just because you've gone down further into the ground.
We're in Sheffield now.
As you're walking along, suddenly you just hit what appears to be nothingness.
Uh-oh.
Like you hit into it and it's like you've walked into a brick wall. So you can see through where you would be walking to, but you just physically can't.
It's invisible barrier.
Can't just
I
get through.
use my special voice shout to go. How far is the room back to Mr. Yenwood?
Not that far. Probably.
I can do my special voice
Yeah.
shout. And I whisper into the room, Mr. Yenwood, we have something quite interesting down here. I think you should come and look at it.
I go, oh god. And I get up, close the book. I whisper, I'll be back for you. And then
Do you not take it with you?
No, yeah, I do. But I meant in terms of reading it.
Alright. This has got weird.
I do a light jog. It's a light jog, maybe slower.
Yeah,
Light jog,
we've only been walking like a few seconds.
Yeah. I catch up. I have a look at it. What's the problem?
And I walk straight into this thing again to show you what the problem is. Like, just march face first into it and bounce off it again. And just, I'm so bewildered by it.
I see. So, I guess the first thing is to put on the magic spectacles. Oh, I don't think that'll help.
No,
Just
that's language. I do an arcana check to see if I know what it is.
You can do that, yeah.
21. Well, I got +6.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Okay, so you recognise it to be a magic barrier. as in one that has been specifically put, it's a ward. So
Right.
it is something that it is a spell that a wizard or a sorcerer or some kind of magic being has put up intentionally to stop someone getting through there.
So I suppose you probably need a spell.
We could detect secret door on it. So it makes it look like the corridor carries on.
Yeah.
But actually there's a secret door here.
Okay,
Maybe I'm just walking into a wall and it's just faking out the corridor.
Yeah, we do that ritual. We're going to do a ritual on it.
It's like secret doors.
Yeah, to see if there's a way around it. Like, if there's a secret door in the wall to hop around it or something.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, it's because you don't need to roll for the ritual. We'll say that you spend 10 minutes doing the ritual, and no, it is a spell rather than an actual door.
Right.
I mean, based on your knowledge of magic, you could see if you could work out a way or know a way to counteract
it. Right, okay, let's have a go. I'll use my arcana to try and work it out. What do I have to roll?
20.
Ooh! Let's see what it is. It's 23 overall.
23?
Yeah. Hit. Wow.
Yeah, from your previous experiences with this type of stuff, you recognise a way that you would be able to bring down, what do you call it? Bring down a spell to,
dispel it.
Dismantle it, dispel the spell.
So I just dispel the spell. Well, I sit down, I think about it for a while, I pour some tea out, drink it, and I dispel it. You don't need to know about that bit. It's quite technical.
You just sit there drinking, or what do you send everyone away? Or?
The entire.
I'll drink some tea, and I'll go bring back everyone, and I'll just spray the tea out, and it twinkles over the magic wall, and just slowly dissipates.
Mr. Yenwood, you surely are a magician beyond reproach.
No, good brew. There you go, dispelled.
Dispelled, okay.
I prefer coffee.
You rolled quite well. So
we're rolling awesome.
Yeah, you're rolling hot.
Thank you.
So you move forward. I tell what you
It's going to get stuff down here because those orcs and those goblins, they haven't dispelled the spell.
No. And this one then dropped the spell. They're shamans.
They're shaman. You should know how to get down that.
Do we think this is the sort of spell that a shaman, an orc, would be able to do? Or does it seem like a higher level magic than that?
It seems more. It is something that they might be capable of, but it is more of a mage, sort of traditional mage user type.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Let's go. I think we cautiously go on.
I'm trying to think if we could set up anything to alert us when anyone's coming behind us.
You've got rope, right? Is it dark? It's quite dark in here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if there's any way we could have like a noise track just to let us know if anyone's coming down. I don't want to be.
Well, just keep Igor there.
Yeah, okay. So Igor stays guard. Has Igor got low light? Yeah, Igor's got low light vision.
Yeah. Should we piff out the candles?
Yeah, we piff out. We could take our one candle so we can light our way.
Yeah.
But Igor piffs out the braziers.
And he lays on the floor, just like front down.
Yeah.
You
and
wouldn't
he's just
pick
sleeping
out a razor, you knock all the stuff out.
Yeah, whatever.
I think I know how to piff stuff out.
I mean, do we look like idiots? Just because we're making up verbs doesn't mean we're idiots. He piffs it out by knocking the stuff out. He knocks all the piff out.
It's piffless. It's piffless brazier.
He's taking the piff. What do you do? So yeah, the brazier's out no matter what the technique.
I just punch it. I just went up and Superman punched the fucking brazier off the wall.
Actually?
Yeah. Fix. Roll.
You make something to know the bring up.
13.
13, yeah, you knock it off the wall. Now roll for damage.
To what, the brazier?
To his hand. Here's a d4.
1.
Take 1 damage.
Well, this is ridiculous.
Punched a wrought iron on fire brazier. Come and take 1 damage.
I don't know how. Oh, God.
No, that's a pencil.
Okay, but I'm going to give myself extra damage by 1 point.
Yeah, he's got a flaming fist now. One of his fists is on fire for the next attack.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah. So what now?
We leave Igor there and we carry on down the corridor looking for where it goes.
Yep, so you move forward and you come up against, again, another door, this time intact and locked.
Can I use my fire fist to punch a hole through the door?
Don't punch the door. I've got good thievery, you've got good thievery.
I have, but my hands are kind of hurt.
Fine, I can't pick the lock. I fail.
What was it?
8 overall.
8 overall. Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
Right, I move him out of the way, shake my hand up for a bit. Go, I'm surrounded by idiots. No, that's a good one.
19.
So 19.
Yeah.
It's 19.
Yeah.
He's 25.
You successfully.
I mean, how much is it picked? Is it like...
He's picked the shit out of it.
Oh,
shit in the lock?
What the fuck does that? I mean, who shits in a door lock?
I think we now know how to leave.
So you go in, again, there's no light in this one again, it's all dark.
I've got my
I've
candle.
got my flame
Yeah,
fist.
you've got a tiny little candle, yeah.
Alright, tiny little candle.
And your flame fist.
We close the door behind us and I light my torch from the candle.
Okay. You have a look around.
The room
There are
full of spiders.
stacks and stacks of what appear to be wine. You appear to have moved into a wine cellar. At the moment, because of the way the rows are, you can't really see the extent of the room. You can only see the beginning bit in the first sort of 3 rows. But looking down one of the hallways, it looks like it goes down about 10 rows.
Right, so either there's some cool stuff in here, or Lord Arn was really protective over his wine.
Yeah. He did love a magic potion. Maybe that's where he
Yeah, maybe they're magic wine. So I get a bottle off the shelf. Can I uncork it? Yeah, uncork it, have a sniff and a quick drink, and try and detect if there's anything magical about.
So you're going to drink it?
Yeah.
You're risking it, going.
What do you risk it? What are you going to roll? Drink it? I said I smelled it first.
No, check for the magic of it.
You have a bit, and it tastes like a quite old vintage wine.
What, as in a good vintage? Good, I have some more.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm a man who likes pleasures. Yeah,
Ludwig does not drink because she feels it dulls her senses and makes her less socially aware.
Okay, I think we need to be less socially aware. And I can give you the wine bottle and say have a drink.
What happens with it? I mean, does alcohol actually have any effect?
She's never drunk before.
No,
Yeah.
does alcohol have an effect on people that have like social?
Bro, we're going to become even weird.
I
How does it manifest
I
itself?
don't know.
I give Ludvig the alcohol and say to her, this is I can tell this is magical alcohol. It will increase your battle prowess, and I try and bluff her.
I believe it completely because I believe everything Yenwood says. I drink the entire bottle of
She
wine.
chins it.
Yeah, just completely chins the whole with no reaction at all. No belching, nothing. Just swallows up the wine, just stares passively ahead.
What happens now?
She then reaches for another bottle. How do you react?
I feel like I regret my decision. And I go, no. If you drink too much, then your battle prowess goes back down.
She puts down a bottle of wine, she believes in completely, and then she very briefly touches on the arm and goes, I like you. It's the most emotional thing she's done so far.
I go, thanks. And then quickly move on.
Okay. So where are you going?
Well,
I guess we've got to explore this basement. Am I now pissed?
No, not quite.
you drunk a whole bottle of wine. You've never drunk alcohol before.
Well, yeah, but when you drink a bottle, if you just chinned a bottle of wine, you wouldn't
Yeah,
be
I've
drunk
got half an hour.
You got about half an hour before it.
That's a time bomb waiting to go off.
I'm going to be wrecked and urinating in a cave somewhere. Right, I wander down, I say, you take one half, I'll take the other, let's investigate. So I give you my candle, you give me the candle, I use the torch.
I skim the rows, looking for particularly good vintages, and opening and trying them.
So as you're looking along, you see that the first row that you came across was wine. The second row is wine. The rest of the others are more. They're in what do you call it? Sort of
Round
tankards,
okay.
sort of things, and then some of them are clear liquid in glass bottles. I mean, based on the fact that it's a more arable place around there, and it's sort of rye and corn and that kind of stuff, you think that it might be some sort of spirity type stuff, based on the fact that the wine
What do they
appears
smell
to be
like?
an alcohol place. So you suspect that it might be something like.
Is there any distillery equipment down here, or is it all just barrels?
Down here, there's just barrels. Yeah.
I take.
It's possible that the first room you were in, because it was so smashed up, might have had some of that kind of stuff in there.
But it wouldn't, yeah, wouldn't have to tell.
I take one of the what looks like to be the most potent.
Oh, flame.
Yeah. Nice. And also disinfectant if you get hurt.
Yeah. Also, I need to be drunk now.
So I take one of those off and put it in my rucksack, my man bag.
So you can just one, yeah.
Just.
I mean, these are quite big tankers. I mean, they're quite heavy, but yeah. So stick down. You've got a high percentage alcohol thing.
Igor was drunk when we met him, so I grab one and I say, I think Igor would like this brew.
One of the wine or one of the vodka?
I get him the strongest thing I can.
I mean, we're calling it vodka. It's just.
I get him the strongest spirit I can. I think
Okay.
Igor would appreciate that.
Yeah.
I look around the walls for.
Who's left? Who's right?
I'm left, he's right.
So as Mr. Shortclove walks down the right, as he gets to the very end of the row, he sees a figure slumped down in the corner with a couple of bits and bobs around him and sort of melted candles, that kind of stuff.
Not moving.
Not moving. You're about a whole row away, so about 10 metres away.
I whisper, Ludvig, stop moving.
I stopped moving. Has it been half an hour yet?
Not yet, no.
I stopped moving. Though I'm starting to feel a little bit confused in my belly and my head.
And I try and use my perception to work out if the person is sleeping or if they are passed.
Have you got no light vision? I can't remember. I mean, you've got a candle, haven't you?
Yeah, you've got a candle, I've got a torch.
Okay. So you probably use the candle, you're going to have to get closer, but have you got low light vision anyway? No, you don't.
I don't know.
It says your front page at the bottom
I
left
don't
corner.
think half.
I don't think Halflings do.
No. So you'd have to move closer to work that out.
Well, can I whisper, Ludvig, there's
Yeah.
a man in the corner, can you see if he's sleeping or awake?
I use my low light vision on my torch to come closer
Yeah.
to check out.
Miss Shortcoat comes around the corner, takes one look, and just says, "Dead."
Good.
I have no emotional reaction to this.
We're also married now, Miss Shortcoat.
Oh yeah, you were Miss Shortcloak. I'm Miss
Miss
Titan
I run up gleefully to the dead body and say, let's have a look! So you said he's surrounded by, he's got stuff around him, what's that?
Wait, he's clearly slumped down here in the corner. You
Yeah.
suspect that based on what he's wearing, he might have been the mage or magic user that had put up the barrier at the beginning. I suspect that due to the length of time you might have been here, that perhaps other people had tried to get through that magic barrier, but as he's died, the spell has reduced in potency, and yours was the final thing that has cracked it.
Interesting. So first of all, I check his body to see where the wound is. There's a wound.
So it's quite a deep gaping, well not gaping, but he clearly had a very serious chest wound in lower part of his head.
How old is his chest wound? Like, is it all the blood dried, or is it?
It's all dried.
I do CPR to see if I can resuscitate him.
CPR or CPR?
It's a CPR.
Did you?
Around him there's quite a few bottles. Doesn't look like he's wasted any time while he's in it. He kind of knew that he evidently thought, well, if I'm going, I'm going. There's bloody rags, and he's...
So it's his period when he was down here.
He's got one of those, he's got one of those little... he's got sort of a... Sorry, he's an elf. I didn't say that, did I?
Oh.
He's got a elvish man bag on.
Cool. Well, the first thing that we have to consider here is the morality of the situation. Do we take all his teeth?
Yes. Yes, we do.
Okay, well, Ludvig walks in.
Mr. And
Now, previously you were knocking teeth out with a hammer. I mean,
If you're going to keep doing this, I'd suggest that you might want to try and find an implement that might be a little bit better than a hammer.
Nope.
Smash a bottle.
You just take his whole head.
I don't know, I'm a bit concerned about this. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm not going to have any part in it.
I use one of the stones from my sling to knock out his teeth one by one.
I get the man bag and I take it, I turn around, and I just see this like pink, 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 pink.
Yeah, it's like...
I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Like that, just knocking each tooth out individually. Ludvig shows no emotional reaction while doing this, completely blank.
You open this box.
You said someone wanted teeth. Ludvig collects teeth.
but you can stick how many teeth?
Elves, they have 32.
300. They're like sharks. They never stop growing.
Yes, keeps on going out. Teeth factory.
So 32 elven teeth.
You managed to get them all out, did he?
Yeah.
I don't think that Miss Tonguetan is the type of person that would stop if I typical.
No, she just carried on.
One of them, the last back molar's got a piece of jaw stuck to it.
Took that with me.
Cool. So, what
Did Mr. Fan want any bones as well?
I turn around and go, oh, you took his teeth. Well, hang on to them now, you've done it. I look in the man bag.
Yeah.
What's in there? I put my head right in there. I'm so keen because he's going to have good stuff. I just put my whole entire head in there. And I realise, because it's dark, I can't see anything. So I then get my head out and then put my hand in and take things out individually.
So in there you find...
There's everything in his mouth. And my whole head inside his mouth. Like he was a lion.
You find some papers and
Throw them away.
notes and stuff. You find a little bag of gems. So you've got if you who's taking it?
Me.
So if you write down, you found it's just a bag of red garnets and some what's that say? Hematite. So if you put brackets.
Whoa. Is that a gem that doesn't know if it's a boy or a girl?
You've also found a deck of ivory tarot cards
Pretty cool.
inlaid with platinum.
Ooh. I mean, this guy had some useless shit when he was fighting these guys.
You know why he lost it.
There's also in his right hand when you're searching, you've got his appears to be a wand of some sort.
Ooh, I like it.
Wand.
Are his clothes a particular note? Are they like
No.
wizard robes?
I was going to ask, is he wearing a hat?
No, he's wearing more of a beret actually.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You want the beret?
Yeah, no, I'll have that.
Okay. can get it. You got a beret.
Is it a magic beret?
No.
Why is he just wearing a beret?
I think it's because he was French.
Yeah, possibly French elf.
Right.
There's a couple of gold coins in there as well.
Well, yeah, I don't really pay attention to like gold. 52.
Yeah, we haven't do a shop yet, have we?
No, so you can stick another 20 on there.
Ooh.
72.
Mr. Shortcloak, was there anything that us adventurers need to share?
Go, no, it's fine. I'll look after it for now.
That's very good of you, Mr. Shortcloak. Thank you for looking after all our precious goods.
So I check the wand. I smell it. See what it smells like.
It smells like dried blood.
Blood wand.
Interesting.
Let's see.
To be fair, you checked it.
You're not the type of. I mean, you're a sorcerer, so you're not really the wand type.
Yeah, it's more for Igor, this one, isn't it? Right.
As
Well,
a dwarf warrior, yeah.
we'll just hang on to it. I suppose we probably swap it with.
Bang on it.
Yeah.
All these teeth fuck off. Jangling my
Should we just go back to the city, the town hall?
Going back and giving him shit.
Yeah, look what we found now. Okay, that's good.
We got all the way to the chateau. Did you kill anyone? No, we just found teeth for you.
We just looted some more graves.
We finished up searching the room.
Yeah.
So are you going to move him or?
I'll put my hand over his face and close his eyes.
That's very.
I think we check behind his body in case he was defending something in the corner.
Yeah, okay, Ludvig does that.
I just throw his body happily across the room. I'm now drunk, so I just launch it into all the barrels.
You're heading into drunk territory.
Yeah, I just launch the body as far as I can.
Oh, I shake my head. I go back over and I close his eyes again. And I turn a bit of rag. I turn some rag off.
God, it's toothless.
Yeah. I turn the rag off and I tie it around his face like a bandana to kind of respectfully hide the fact his teeth have all been ripped out.
So you find what appears to be, he must have had it actually in one of his hands, but due to for whatever reason it's ended where he's fallen down or whatever, he's ended up sort of falling on what appears to be a note just to a loved one or something.
Oh, right, we'll read that.
Can we read it? Is it
Dear Fane, I love you.
Who's Fane?
Whatever.
Fane.
Fanta.
Fanta.
No, it's a note to someone called Sept. Okay.
7.
Sept.
So he is French.
There's nothing really of any note in it other than the fact that it's you read it and it's clear that he has been downstairs in the basement area when what appears to be an orc attack has happened. He's run and barricaded himself with the magical barrier.
Brave.
Anticipating a man after our own heart.
Anticipating.
We need to get ourselves one of those.
Yeah.
Anticipating that the castle will be relieved at some point, but it's evident it hasn't, and he's died of hunger and drunkenness.
Hunger? You said he got stabbed.
Yeah, and that. So he's got a stab wound, he's hungry, and because obviously being a mage user, he'd probably be able to sustain himself for a bit longer, like the wound and stuff.
Yeah.
I finished checking the room to see if there's anything else different that we haven't seen already, especially looking at the walls for sort of those magic keyholes that we found before.
The last thing on there is that he says if anyone finds my body, take my ring and find.
Oh, his ring! Do we find his ring already?
Find Sept.
Yeah, and give it to her.
Does he say where she lives?
No, I think his assumption is that it would be someone from, I guess, either the chateau or the village that would find it.
We'll ask Anne Hathaway later.
Yeah, if we get back then. So, well, obviously look at his fingers for the ring.
Yes.
Is it the one ring to rule them all?
Yeah, possibly.
When you put it on, you go invisible and start speaking like this.
This is my city, boys!
This is my city, boys!
No, it's just a plain silver-coloured metal ring on his.
So shit. Let's leave it.
Let's throw it.
Let's leave it. Just leave
I put it
it.
in his mouth where his teeth should be. As a noble warlord, I vow to take the ring to Set, so that becomes another one of my missions. Again, I stumbled and hit my head on a barrel.
It died.
Is there anything else in the room?
No.
Well, I like to read his other notes. He had other notes and stuff. Anything?
There appears to be general stuff, so he appears to have been something to do with the running of the chateau.
Yes.
So paperwork, including inventory, so stuff that's been bought, food, vegetables, that kind of stuff.
Any-
What sort of veg?
Turnips.
Turnips.
What
That's a turnip for the books.
Oh God. Ding, ding, ding.
He's shaking his
It's
head.
like when you go ding ding ding, it's like yeah, we scored.
Yeah, I'm pleased with it.
What type of turnips?
Not inventory, sorry.
No, I mean,
Damn it!
what are these magical turnips?
It could be magical turnips.
This could be the key to the whole mystery of the baptism of the Rubicon juice drink.
There's nothing else of interest that you can see in it.
Is there anything else of interest that we can see in there? I don't get what he's trying to tell us.
No.
I think there's more secrets here.
If anything goes horribly wrong, we set fire to this room. Because this would go up like a fucking bomb.
Yeah, it would.
What's the ceiling above? Is it a cave stone?
No, it's just turn into a really weird fireball.
Yeah, it's cool. Let's do that.
I'm still going to burn it now.
Oh, shame.
But I might be able to sort of crack the stone or keep the stone to the point where it does something crazy.
Yeah, okay, that's what we could do. So we walk, I guess we leave, give Igor his drink.
Yeah,
So
I
Igor-
give you Mr. Igor of the High Green Mountains. Have this bottle that I found for you.
And I, as an aside, go, oh, there wasn't much else in there, because I'm a little bit worried that Igor's going to get distracted and start having too much to drink.
Igor looks very grateful, puts it in his backpack. And,
I pat Igor on the back too hard and go, I like you.
Full alcohol secured.
Not sure it's cute. I'm not sure that's better than what it was before.
Oh, you like people now. Did you
So-
like us before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then only way of showing it.
So where's the, what are you doing now?
I say we try the middle door.
Is that the one we put the bookcase out there?
Yeah.
Right. So we move the bookcase out of the way.
Carefully, we take all the books off this time. And move it slowly and quietly.
Okay.
Before we open the door, I check for the keyhole again.
Again, it's too dark to see anything further down, but that at least tells you something that there's no one with a torch or anything down there.
Spiders don't carry torches.
Yeah.
Right, I'm saying we wrap this one up.